Well, guess what? It's done. It's all done. Kind of feel like it's part of the family by now. Anyway, it's all done. I parkerized it. I had the barrel blued. Try and keep it original. It's going to get in a little bit closer now and let you see some of the details. This is that one, if you remember correctly, it was all buffed. Somebody had blued it, and they buffed the death out of it and got all the lines soft, and it had no sharp issues anymore. It just looked terrible. It just looked like an old beat up shooter. Now it looks like something that you'd be proud of, something you'd want to keep. You can see the nice two-toning. Get in a little bit closer. There, you can see the two-toning on the slide. Right about there. See the difference between there and there? A nice two-tone. It's a little bit spot hardened around the slide stop hole there. So that all looks good. All these lines, if you remember, these lines were all knocked off. They were all dulled. All these lines. Nothing looked pretty good here. Nothing looked very good. I was able to save that little some kind of a Ithaca inspector's mark. That came out nice, no problem there. All our Ithaca markings. Let's go nice and slow. Let the camera catch up. You can see they survived. They look pretty good now. There's those serrations that I hand filed. They look pretty even now. You can see there's virtually no pitting, zero pitting anymore. All the lines are good. All around in here, I had to come in and redo. All in here, all around there. I'm liking it. Nice and straight. Looks really good again now. It's crisp again. Doesn't look all beat up and worn. A lot of guys would just simply sandblast it and parkerize it, but what's the point? Let's look at the other side. Now the other side, we had one issue. We had to go in and get a drop of TIG weld put right there. And unfortunately, it does show. But we also added some TIG weld, if you remember, up at that top there. Just move this over here. You can have a look at that. Get in a little bit closer. Yeah, you can kind of see now where I added some TIG weld right on that point there. That point was so worn that it just wasn't right anymore. There's that British proof mark barrel again. Get a little bit get it to focus. Yeah, so you can see it says 7 tons per square inch. There's that BNP again, 45 inch, 45 caliber, 0900. Yeah, a little, we lost that BNP. We used to have another BNP mark. Let me get this to focus again. This camera is finicky. There we go. There we go. Just want to have a overall look at that. I think it turned out pretty good. Once again, all those lines were all beat to death. It's full of dings and dents and scratches and scrapes and pits, and so I think we got her back to a presentable state. I like all these lines back here now. They're all nice and sharp again. That was all faded. These lines up at the top were really bad, especially right here. This area here, they had buffed it just about gone. I mean, there was nothing left. Once again, those serrations, I think they look reasonably good. They're hard to do. But once again, you see there's no pitting of any type. All the nomenclature came out nice. Saved those British proofs right there. If you remember correctly, there was some pitting right in this area here, and also on the slide in that same area. But if you'll look, let me just wipe. There's a little bit of oil there. If you look now, you see there is nothing. Get right in there. See how nice and sharp that line is now? Same with that line up on the top. That was just terrible. Same with this line down here. There was nothing left of that line either. Looks nice. We saved that original inspector stamp, that number 4. Like I say, a little dot from the difference in the metal. Now I could have had this annealed and heat treated. I did talk about it. But I didn't want to lose, in the annealing and heat treating process, let me see if I can get it to show up in the light. Yeah, there. You can see the two-toning of the slide there. And that's such a nice feature of these World War II guns that I didn't want to lose that. You can see all the way along the top of the slide, all the way down that side. You can see how nice that two-toning looks. If we anneal it and reharden it, we lose that. I've experimented. We've tried to save them and get that to come back, but the heat treaters just don't quite know how they did it back then. They can't quite duplicate it. We've tried several times. Can't make it look good. But there's the back end. Everything fits up nice. That's that grip, that mainspring housing that was all mangled, and so I spent a little bit of time with a file. So I think we got it looking, presentable now. I know they're not hard to replace, but what the hey. We got the part, we may as well try and save it. So it came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. I never got a mag with this gun, so no idea what the mag looks like. But overall, considering what it was a couple of weeks ago, I'm pretty happy. I think we'll live with that little dot. It's a tough call sometimes. There was a dent. There was a dent right there, and I just couldn't file it out. But the dent would have bothered me. Everything else is smooth. There's no more issues in the metal. Nothing. No dings, dents, pits. So it would have bugged me to have a dent right there. So I made a judgment call and decided let's weld it, and hopefully it won't look too bad in the parkerizing. Well, it sticks out a little bit, you're right, but I think overall we can live with it. Considering what we did, how we saved it. I don't know if you remember as well, when I did a preliminary inspection of this, you can't notice it so much now that it's not as shiny in the parkerizing, but all around that top sight, that was all peened and, it was all buffed, and there was wasn't round anymore. There were flat spots, and it just looked terrible. So now it's nice and round again. Top of that slide is, you can see it in the reflection. It's beautiful. It's dead straight. Lines are nice. So overall, I think we accomplished our goal. I think the mission was successful. If you remember, that grip strap was full of dings and marks and pits, and there's nothing now. It's beautiful now. Yep, I'm happy. Remember, there was a bunch of little gouges and marks right up in that area there. There was another pretty good ding right in that area there. But as you can see now, they're gone. There's nothing. There's nothing there now. Nothing there now. It's beautiful. I'm real happy. Took a few hours, but I'm happy. Let's hope the customer's happy. I think he should be. But one never knows. Anyway, I guess that's about it for this one. It was really fun. I'm glad everybody enjoyed this one. I got a lot of comments and posts and questions, and so I guess obviously the interest is there. Well, we all love these things, don't we? And it was worth bringing this one back. Some people say, well, you shouldn't restore them. You ruin the value, but I don't know. Did we really ruin the value? Does that look so beat up now? Looks like a pretty decent original gun now. Yeah, it might be a thou or two smaller than it used to be, but I won't tell anybody if you don't. It'll be our little secret. But overall, I think we did a bang up job. Yep. All right, so I'm going to Gonna call it a day. Let you guys get back to what you're doing. I got more guns to do. I got a vault full of guns to work on. So this one's done. Time to move on to another one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'm hoping to do a bunch more in the future. You guys take care.